Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place where you can find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Monday, so it is time for coffee, tea, thoughts, and conversations. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva, and our master producer, and I'm Terralina from California Cover Ups, and we're the Biz Chicks. So we invite you to come join the conversation, relax, sit back, hydrate, and let's just let the thoughts flow. How you doing this morning, Fran?
Good morning. I'm well. How are you?
All is well.
Now,
Oh,
a lot of our conversation thoughts are started early morning with one of our mastermind calls. So,
hmm
this is an overflow from that call. And so, we want you to join in. Welcome everybody watching live and on the replay. Uh, this is going to be kind of deep today, but it's important because it is the first Monday of a new year. It's the
I knew.
first day of the week of the new year and the first Monday of a new decade.
Very good.
This is setting the tone. This is the foundation of what is to come for the rest of your lives.
Oh my goodness, that's critical.
It doesn't have to be daunting, it doesn't have to be scary, but it does need to be planned.
Mm,
It should not be haphazard. No one should be writing your story but you. There shouldn't be anybody else telling this whole story.
I
Just
like
saying.
that.
You should be
Take
writing your
control.
own. Go ahead.
And I think we hear this a lot of times. People say, take control of your own narrative, take
They
control
do.
of your own story. It's the same thing, folks. Don't let anybody else write your story. If you don't write it, somebody else will. Because what'll
A-
happen is you'll end up in everybody's story but your own.
And you're playing the role in that story,
Okay,
but you're not. Can you hear me? Oh, I thought you couldn't
going
hear
in
me.
and out. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay. So you're playing the role in that story, but you're not the main character.
There you go.
You should be the
You've got
main
a
character.
walk on. What do they call it? You got a walk on performance,
R-
a couple of
role
lines, and then you're there.
or a cameo.
I can't. Okay, I can't be
but
performance.
but your story is yours. So
hmm
we've been talking about the 101. I'm going to call it the 101 list challenge.
Okay.
And
Now, for those who are not familiar with it, tell us what you're talking about,
yeah,
because there are some people who haven't been following.
right. So the 101 list challenge kind of goes like this. A few weeks ago, before the end of 2019, we asked everybody to write down 101 things that they wanted. Now, this could be within your lifetime. It doesn't mean for 2020. It just means
hmm
101 things. What do you want? And I've gotten several different uh, responses. So I'm just going to kind of ask a couple of questions. Um, so when uh, when you wrote the 101 things, was it difficult for you? A lot of people were
Well,
telling me it's too hard. I don't really believe that that's going to happen. I'm too old. Um, really, is that still a thing? Just different things. And one lady said it caused me a lot of anxiety.
Well,
Why was it so difficult to do? And some of the thoughts that came up was this is not just one person. This was several different people had the same thing. Uh, Writing that list is a challenge. It's going to be a it was going to push you, stretch your mind.
well, seriously, Francine, I have not completed my list. I think I'm up to 42. And so you were talking this morning about some of the things that block us from being able to make this list. So I agree. It's been so long since I really pressed my dream button for things that I didn't have to do myself. You know what I'm saying? I'm limiting my capacity to dream based on my thoughts about my ability to make it happen.
Right. And
So I was asking, how do I get beyond that?
and you got to identify the bullies in the mind,
Mm.
because the bullies are telling you, who do you think you are that you can do that? Or why would you want to do that? That's too hard. Come on, let's just sit down. And why didn't we write the list?
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was writing mine, I really had to sit still. I had to sit still. I had to turn off some stuff, and I had to determine that I was going to write it down. And the other thing I did was I had to take the limits off and not try and figure out how I was going to make it come to pass. I had to write down. I had to set aside some time to sit down and get in there and push my mind to write it down. Even if it was something, I want pink socks to start
Mm-hmm.
the flow. You know how you prime a pump? You have to add a little bit of water to it before the gusher is going to come. Well, in this list challenge, you're going to have to prime it with some small little things. Like, I'd like to go to the park with the grandchildren. Okay, so put that on the list. Oh, I'd like to have coffee cake. Put it on the list. It's not major, big, world changing things, although those are some of the things you might want on your list. Put them on their list too. I want world peace. Okay, put it on the list. But what things? It could be very, very tiny things. And sometimes we don't even allow ourselves to dream about the little tiny things.
No.
I want to get a manicure. Put it on the list.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people, one person told me she felt like she was being selfish if she put something on the list that she wanted.
Oh, really?
She felt selfish because I'm asking for all these things for myself.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, what is our motto here at the end of the show? Go to the front of your own mind. Why can you not have something for yourself? It doesn't mean that other people are not going to get what they're supposed to get, but you can still have for yourself things for yourself. And you're not being selfish.
And it doesn't take away from anybody else.
You having pink socks is not going to stop the world from having what they want. So when we're talking about what it is that you want, and I got the feeling that, because we normally have people popping in right about now, and they may not be popping in right about now because this conversation is evoking emotion that many people probably want to deal with. Oh my gosh, they're talking about that list again. I don't want to have to go down that road. I just don't want to.
Mm-hmm.
But this list is a foundation for the rest of your life. Because if you can write down what it is that you want, you'll be able to write down some stuff that you want to get accomplished in your business.
Mm.
If you can say, I want to help 15 new clients this year, you can have a foundation for your business. And the things that you want can be for somebody else too. It doesn't have to be all about you. You can put, I want to feed 30 homeless people. It can be, it doesn't necessarily have to be all about you, but it is about you if that's something that you're passionate about. I know a lady who brings food every week for people to eat. She makes sure there's food on the table every week. And she didn't think that she was doing anything big and special, but you're bringing food every week. So there are some people who can never say that I'm hungry when they can go to that table and get some food. But what if she decided, I don't want to do that anymore? So your 101 things does not have to necessarily wrap around you. It can wrap around somebody else, but I want you to put some stuff on there for you. I'm going to have ice cream once a month. What do you want? Seriously, this is just stopping the bullies in the mind from telling you you can't have something.
Gotcha. Wow.
And this may not be a popular program today. I don't care, because if we want to get to where we want to go to in 2020, we're going to have to deal with our mind. We're going to have to deal with why I can't write this down. Because if somebody wanted to come and you had this conversation, you said somebody wants to come and underwrite your entire operation, but you don't even know what that operation is because you never wrote it down. You never put down what you wanted.
Someone came and said, I want to give you all the desires of your heart. Would you know what they are? Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Hey,
Corinda.
Yeah.
Would you be able to hand them a list? Hey, you know what? I'm feeling generous today. I just want to fulfill somebody's list. I want to fulfill somebody's desires for today. What do you got? What do you want?
Wow. You know what? And so that reminds me of the story I told this morning about the incident at the store that I observed. There's a lady in line. She is going through her basket to decide what she's going to put back in case she doesn't have enough money. And the woman in front of her turned around and said, "You know what? Well, I believe that you're not going to put anything back. Here's some money to pay for whatever the extra is." And the lady refused to take the money. She said, "Oh no, I'm going to do this. I've got money, and whatever I don't have money for, I'm just putting back." Okay. And was adamant and refused to allow someone else to help her.
So
and this is about little stuff, Francie. What was in the basket was wrapping paper, which was marked down to 75% at the 99-cent store, which meant it was 25 cents a roll. Okay.
So, but there was pride that was keeping her from receiving something she wanted. It's in the basket. It's something she wants.
She wanted it. It was on the list.
She wanted that. But when someone came to fulfill her list, and they didn't ask her, she didn't ask them to fulfill the list for her.
They volunteered
to take care of her list. But there was some bully in her mind that said, You can't have that because you didn't pay for it.
And not only that, she kept letting people go in front of her because she was adding it up. It was interesting. It was a real exercise in observance of how people treat themselves and their inability to receive. What is this? I think it says a fool of his money is so parted. Where is
Yeah,
that in Proverbs?
it is. It's
Oh,
in
is that just
Proverbs.
a proverb? Okay,
No, it's in Proverbs.
it is.
It is in Proverbs. And see, here's the thing. She she knew what she wanted. It was
Mhm.
in her basket. She went for it. Someone came to help her, but she had
Mhm.
too much pride. Pride is a bully in the mind too.
Mm.
Pride is a bully. She had
Okay.
too much pride. So somewhere along the line, she learned that, okay, if you didn't get it yourself, or I'm going to have to owe somebody something. There was something in her mind that told her she could not receive that,
Receive that.
even though
Mhm.
even though she wanted what she wanted in her basket.
Mhm.
It was in the basket. She wanted it. Somebody was going to take care of it. And another reason why people were hesitant on this list to write down what it was that they
Mhm.
wanted was because they were going to try and figure out, well, I don't know if I can do it.
Exactly. So the limitations, like I told you, the limitations on the list are within our mind and based on a lot of times on our former experiences. So we are just not going to write it down because we don't believe that it can happen. But that was not the purpose of the list.
The purpose of the list was to cause you to dream. What do you want? Writing it down puts you into a position because there's another scripture that says, write the vision, make it plain. Write it down so somebody else who can see that, oh, I want to give into that. So
And
when
run with
people
the
are do,
vision.
so when people they one of the reasons why they tell you to write your business summary and in your business plan is so that if somebody else wants to invest in that plan,
Hmm.
they can see what it is that you saw. So you're writing your
Okay.
vision. Your business plan is a vision. You know, the business plan that has the summary and all of that. The wrong thing in the vision plan is how you're going to pay for it. Now, you're
Mm-hmm.
supposed to put how much you need to cover everything, but it's not for you to figure out how you're going to pay for it because investors want to give in to, oh, that's a great idea. There are plenty of people who have money who don't want to come up with the ideas, but they'll invest in yours.
Mm-hmm.
The thing that's on your list, they'll invest in that thing on your list. But if you're like the lady at the grocery store, well, I can do it myself. I don't need your money. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't write it down, how will you be able to share it? Eric, I'm gonna put this up. Eric says, I put it on my list to do, but I don't actually do it because I'm horrible. Actually, because I've been busy, but I'm still gonna do it. See, but the thing is, putting it on your list, Eric, it's gonna get done.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to get done. And I was telling the story of I wrote on my list for our real estate agents 200. We're going to help 200 clients in 2020.
Uh-huh.
So, and okay, so the regular route for doing that is go knock on doors, pass out your cards, and do a bunch of stuff. Well, how about we were called last year? I did an event. It's called U Housing. We were asked to be a part of be the real estate company that does that event, and um, we were asked to do that. And so part of that was, okay, I got a call. Could you please set up the tables and put the sign-in sheet out there? You know what I mean? Put the sign-in sheets out, set up the banner, set up the table. Well, guess what happens when you man the table and people sign up for a home buyers workshop. What's going to happen? Every name that goes on that home buyer workshop is now someone that you can work with as a client that's toward your 200, or in our case, toward our 200. But we had 50 signups yesterday. So did I have to go? And you talk about this a lot. I received clients. I didn't trudge through the mud and snow and worked all of that hard to get these clients. I received clients because we were in position. We wrote on our list, how many people do we want to help in 2020? 200 people in 2020. Okay. So now it's coming to pass because we wrote it down. It's not magic, but it does work. It's a principle that works. You write it down, and because you wrote it down, now you begin to see what's happening. See that, okay, like Eric said, it's on the list. It's going to get done. But if it's not on the list, will it ever get done? Probably not. Because if it's out of sight, it's going to be out of mind.
Wow.
Linda says, if anyone out there wants to invest in my new business, I'm open. Okay.
See, we hear you, Linda.
Right. But you have to have that written down somewhere. How are you going to, how will people know what it is that you have to offer if you don't write it somewhere, or if you don't have it written down where you can explain it or talk to somebody about it? It doesn't happen. I was writing some things down, and I have this thought that came, and then see, this is another angle of why we don't write what we want. Why don't we write what we really want? One of the thoughts was, could the reason we don't write what we want is because we despise those who have what they want?
Ooh. Oh, those rich people. They got everything. They think they're all of that. I don't want to be like them.
And that's why you can't write. And that may be a reason why some people can't write the list, because there's that block of, because you resent. There are people who resent people who are rich. If you resent the rich, you will not be rich.
Well, how can you join a group that you really don't like? Are you really going to set a goal to get there? You know what I'm saying, Francie? Your mind is working against becoming a part of that, even though you claim you want what they have.
You want to be in that club.
Yeah.
But you talking about the people in that club, they just think they all of that. And da 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 da. Because in the culture, in the African American culture, when someone makes it and they are doing well, all of a sudden they are called bougie.
Bougie?
Whatever that word means. They are, now they're uppity, so they're better than us.
Upper class, but in charge of landowners, and okay.
But you want to be that, but you're talking about that, so you're probably never going to have that.
And what the statistics show, that you make within what, 5% of the people that you hang out with?
You're going to make, Victor's still here, I'm sure he knows what that number is. But when you're the people that you're hanging around with, if you gonna check your bank account, you're gonna be around the same circle, same level. You're gonna be around the 5 people that you're hanging with. Those 5 people, your income is gonna be kind of like theirs.
And that's so why people say level up.
So when you want to go and level up, you want to get out of that circle that you were in, But will you ever get to that circle if you despise the other circle? Because if you back there talking about, oh, they're rich folks, I don't know why I got to pay taxes and da da da. I'll pay the taxes.
See,
I will be in the
it's a
1%.
blessing to be able.
Yes. Or you can stay down here and complain with the complainers that there isn't enough and da 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 da. Oh, I wish I had that, and you're over here. But you despise the people that have all of that over there. And I think that is why sometimes people don't write on the list, because they don't think they deserve it, because if I write that down, I'm gonna be like them.
Or they're concerned that they will become an object of attack. Now, I remember when I was working for an employer, we had a young lady, her husband bought her a really nice car. Now, and so she drove the car to work. There were some other employees that were so jealous that at lunchtime they would go out and they would key her car. Just key her, and she couldn't figure out where it was coming from. And so eventually she hired somebody to watch her car, and they videotaped these people, and they lost their job. They lost all because of jealousy and envy. You know, you cannot operate that way and expect to prosper.
Those are other bullies of the mind that tell you, why is it, and I think sometimes in some cultures, to sit back and ridicule the people who have, secretly you want to have, but you acting like I have not, because you're ridiculing and putting down, well, they just look at all of that and they just trying to show off and da 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 da.
Rejoice with those who rejoice and weep with those who mourn. You know, you need just to help people celebrate.
So if the bullies in your mind are telling you to despise or disparage something that you really want, you got to control that. You have to say, no, you know what? I am happy for them. I am glad they're doing well. And it might be going against every fiber of your being, but because you may have been brought up in a culture that puts down someone else that is rising higher. So you're going to have to change that mindset.
And the best way to do it is to go help them do better.
Right. Is there anything I can help you with? Not pull them down. Why is she wearing that color eyeshadow? Da, 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 da. And it is very subtle. That comes from the people we hang with. All the little chickens in the cluck are talking about how she's wearing that and how she's doing. You're gonna have to separate from that pack of people. And sometimes we hang with people to try and fit in.
And so then we become a part of the conversation, and all the while our list is getting shorter and shorter, because we can't get out of that mindset that we can have what's on the list, or even if just the freedom to make a list.
I just talked about Sally. So because in your mind, the bully is telling you, you just talked about Sally having all of that. How are you going to write that down on your list?
And not only that, if you get that, now other people are going to talk about you. So now fear is setting in. I don't want to be talked about. Da, 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 da. So I'm just going to stay here and just be whatever. Broke. Yeah, there's a good term. Because we are talking business here.
You cannot become what you despise.
And be careful not to become the thing you hate.
Well, you can't. So you're not gonna be able to become the thing you hate, because you despise it. I hate them rich people. Okay, you ain't gonna be one.
The other thing too is you're saying I hate people who gossip. I hate people who talk about people. But here you are over here doing that thing. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's a serious situation. The bullies of the mind are keep you from writing the list. His bottom line is what
Wow.
little bullies are talking to you, telling you, hey, you better not go over there. You're gonna be like them if you go over there. How about let's go over there? Hi, I'm new to the neighborhood. How do we do this?
Exactly.
Get out of your neighborhood, get off your block, go over there.
And what I found is that people are generally very generous with their time and with their info. How did you do this, girl? This is amazing. And they because they want to talk about the process because there's no hardly anyone to talk to about it. And they'll tell you. And then you too can start a fabulous business.
Hmm.
I mean, there's more than one jean manufacturer. People like, oh, I don't want to do the same thing. Okay, well, you may not, but the processes are usually pretty uniform for business. So you can learn some important things about business that you can apply to your business and help them with theirs. Well, how can I help you do that? Because when you help people, you get to learn how to do stuff. It's like a free internship because they're not taking, well, let's say apprenticeship, because it's, no, apprenticeships are paid, internships are not. Is that correct?
I have no clue. I
Okay.
think internships, some of them are paid. They're paid
Paid and
interns.
unpaid, yes.
Right.
So it's like an unpaid internship that they didn't even plan on doing because they don't do interns. But because you're there volunteering, you're learning stuff. I can remember around 10 years old, I went to the corner grocery store, volunteered to help them just put up stuff on the shelf or just help around the store. Eventually, he said, "You know what? You're helping so much. We got to give you something. You're too young to pay you because I talked to your mom. What do you want? So what we're going to do is every weekend, every Friday, we're going to allow you pick whatever you want in the store to take home." Well, eventually, my mother got tired of seeing candy. She started writing a list, a list, and then she said, "And you can have so much, such and such amount of candy." Okay. She's like, "I'm not doing Dennis meals with you." Okay.
But your mom had a
But
list.
yes, and it turned into a paid position. It was bartering because I was underage to really receive any financial compensation. But and then eventually, when I became a teenager, it became a paid job because I knew I could run that store from the front to the back. It was a small grocery store.
So here's the thing in a nutshell. We challenge you to go write down 101 things that you would like to accomplish in your lifetime. 101 things. I don't care if it's buy pink socks, have a cup of coffee with the mayor, whatever it is. 101 things that you would like to accomplish in your lifetime. Just go sit down somewhere and do it. You might have to fight some bullies to write it down.
Mm. Hmm.
And the bullies in your mind that are going to try and tell you you don't have time for that. Because for some people, the bully said, well, you got other things you need to do. You need to put the clothes in the washer. You need to go mow the lawn. Now you got lawn people to do that, but you need to go check this, and you need to do everything in the world to keep you from writing that list. Comes up when it's time for you to sit down and write down what you want. Push past I don't deserve it. Push past everything that will stop you and write your list. What happens on the other side? I want you to feel the freedom that will come from finishing that 101 things on your list. And the little things that you write on the list will just help you. It's like priming the pump. Writing the
Mm.
little things will help open up bigger things because you got past your mind shutting down on stuff. You can do this.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
Just write it down. No limits, no borders. You ain't got to try and figure out how it's going to come to pass. Write the list, please.
Mm-hmm.
And then text us. Put a chat somewhere on here and say, yeah, I wrote my list and I finished it. And it's going to evoke emotion. I'm telling you. When I put the challenge out there, I had no idea of all of the things people were going through. It kind of like tossed up stuff. It's like, what's happening? I was like, ooh, there's a lot going
Seriously.
on.
Seriously.
Mental madness, bullies, stuff, circus bears, stuff, all kind of stuff is going on in the head. Why can't we write this list? Why can't we not dream and imagine anymore? And it's different age groups. One lady told me, she said, this caused me so much anxiety. Okay, I had no idea.
Mm-mm. Who knew?
Okay,
Who
so
knew?
who's going to take on the 101 list challenge? Put it in the chat. I want to see who's taking on this challenge. And if I will put it in the chat, if you will take on the challenge, put it in the chat.
Well, I am in the process, guys, and it is taking me. It's been a couple of weeks, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I have got to do this. I have got to free up my mind.
Oh, that's interesting because if we free our mind,
Mm-hmm.
freedom will follow. Jerry
Mm-hmm.
says, I'm doing the list. Okay, cool.
Yes, Jerry.
We celebrate you. It's not the list is it's not going to be easy. I mean, when I sat down to do it, I wrote it out and I had to keep checking myself. Oh, I don't have to make it come to pass. I ain't got to pay for it.
You know
I
what I
just
mean?
need to
You have to
write.
keep. Yeah, you have to keep going there. Like, no, it's okay.
Hey, Precious, how are you? Precious said, I'm going to start to write 100 things I want to accomplish in my lifetimes. Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes. It's I'm telling you, when you get on the other side of that 101, you're going to go, I accomplished it. If you can get past that, you can do anything in your life. I'm telling you, push past it. And then when you get on the other side, let's go to the next step. The rest of it, the 101 is like this, going up the mountain. It's like, can I get up
Mm-hmm.
there? Can I? Once you get there, the rest of it is like, oh, okay. I got you broke through a mental barrier when you write that list.
Wow.
So we got two takers so far. Jerry and Precious said that they're gonna do it. And the doing of the decision to do it is major. That decision to do is very, very major. So we are encouraging you. Take the challenge. Let's get free together. Let's just go. All right. And
Fantastic.
thank you all for tuning in here today. I
No, it's
know it
first
wasn't
Monday.
hard. I know this wasn't an easy task. This conversation is not easy. I realized it. I was like, whoa, okay. So we just turned up some apple carts and flipped over some things, barbecued a few cows, and did some stuff. It's messing up your life and thinking, but that's good. Messing it all up. Let's just get messy and let's do this. So tonight Terry just put it up there. We are having Seasons 52. At Seasons 52 is our first Monday event. You can go to firstmondays.com and register, or just show up at the restaurant if you're at Seasons 52. Even just show up. See, another reason, you know why this 101 list is important? Because some people will not come to Seasons 52 because they think, well, I don't have the money for that. Did we tell you that you had to have money? The parking is valet. It is complimentary.
Free.
The food, dessert is on us. So come. If you can't, if you don't think you can afford it, when people invite you someplace, did they ask you whether or not you could afford to go? That's the bully in the mind telling you, you can't afford that. Why would you go over there? That's a nice restaurant. And then the bully and all of his gang of friends start telling you reasons why you can't show up at First Mondays.
Mm-hmm.
When there are going to be people there that can help propel you forward in a nice atmosphere. So please come. Have a cup of tea. Good morning, Carmen.
Good morning.
Just come. Just come and enjoy the fellowship, the camaraderie. We're going to learn. Aaron Sum will be there. Great, good, Carmen. Thank you.
We look forward to seeing you, Carmen.
Yes, Aaron Sum is going to be talking to us about big vision, and we want to hear about your big vision. So come on, come. First Monday, Seasons 52.
At the Arden Fair Mall here in Sacramento, California.
Yes.
Bring a friend.
Yes, don't come by yourself. Come on, just come. There's plenty of seats. Well, no, I'm not gonna say plenty of seats because it will fill up. But come. There's parking. You don't have to have exorbitant budget or whatever. You're going to be pleasantly surprised because it's during happy hour. There are $5 plates. 6 o'clock, Jerry. 6 p.m.
tonight.
Yep, from 6 to 7:30. Season 52. Just come on and show up.
Find a friend, somebody to carpool with. Guys, catch a share an Uber. There's 4 of you. You share an Uber. What's that going to be? $2? I don't know. Yeah.
Good morning, Anna.
Good morning, Anna. How you doing?
Good to see you.
We've been talking about getting ready for 2020 and making our list and checking it twice.
Yeah, because the list challenge goes on. So, please, if you missed what we started the conversation with, you want to go back and watch the replay because it is eye-opening. And Precious, if you're here, if you're in Sacramento, I would like you to come too. To the Seasons 52 event. Come.
And we're going to be talking about the upcoming event for January, which is Women Like...
The Women Like Me event is coming up.
Yes.
Let me find that. Oh, that's not in brand. That's up here in banners.
The Women Like... That's fine, Carmen. Yeah. Please come. She's talking about she's going to be in her work clothes. Girl, come on.
Look, work clothes, gym clothes, we don't care. Just show up. See, that's the other thing. The little bullies tell you, I'm not dressed for the occasion. You are dressed for the occasion if you're dressed.
You see?
Cool.
And my phone is actually working right. Well, we're happy for you, Anna, that your phone is working.
Yay. There's nothing like having the equipment working.
Girl. Love it.
So that is what we got going on tonight. We look forward to having you here. And I'm going to see if there's a way we can stream it, Terry. I don't know. Might get there early and
good.
Figure it out.
She's going to try to make it.
Yay.
Yes, because, when you are there, you are actually able to talk with people, and people are able to see what it is you need, and vice versa.
And
That's
if you
how
know what, and if you
collaboration
know,
happens.
look, and if you know what's on your list and somebody says, what do you need
What
help
you
with?
need.
That you can say, well, you know, I'm writing a book and I want to know how to do that.
There you go.
And there's somebody that can help you do that. So this is going to be an exciting 2020. It is going to be a prosperous 2020 because we're locking down on the things that we want. And that's why I'm challenging you for the list. Write what you want on your list. And then we're going to talk about it some more. You know, at our church, our pastor, he's a series teacher, and
Mm-hmm.
a lot of times we want to try and just do something quick and in a hurry. You know what I
Mm-hmm.
mean? We
Mm-hmm.
want to try and hurry up and just get through and just get to the next topic, but we're stuck right here because if we can't do this list, how are we going to do the rest of our business? Are you afraid to write down what you want for the day? Is that the reason why you don't call your clients?
Mm. Mm.
There's a whole lot of things that's happening because we can't write this list. Or
That's preventing us from writing the list. Yes.
if we can identify what's preventing us from writing the 101, then now if we can get that 101, there's no obstacles. It's like, oh, okay, well, I can write that down and I can get the rest of the stuff down. Ah, aha moment. Um, oh, okay. Anna says she brought back her phone by using a hair dryer on
That's
it
right.
twice. Yeah, she probably dropped it in something wet, but I'm glad it's back.
We are so
And
happy
yes,
for you because there's nothing worse. Mm.
and then and this is a nice. Carmen said, at least live for a minute to capture the moment.
I love it.
Right. At least alive for a minute to capture the moment. Right, right. So this is going to be fun tonight. We're looking forward to um, meeting up with you.
Mhm.
Firstmondays.com if you want to register there, but bring your cards if you have them. If you don't have cards, still come. We don't care about all of that. It's just going to be a good time. Aaron Sum will be with us, and we're looking forward to it.
I'm dying battery in a oh,
Okay. Okay, Anna, we're going to talk later. It's time for you to upgrade, sweetie. Just saying, just upgrade. You can go to an 8. You ain't got to go to the 11, but you can go to an 8. And they will give you a
credit.
credit for turning into 6.
All right, ladies, we love you. You know, we don't like to keep you too long, but we want to encourage you, ladies and gentlemen, to go to the front of your own line. We love you. We hope to see you tonight at Seasons if you're in the Sacramento area. And we look forward to talking to you tomorrow. We're going to be talking about social media with TJ Online. And so we say to you, have a great day for the first Monday of the first decade. And we'll see you tonight. Bye bye.
Bye bye.